Okay, now a lot of people think in the knife industry that all these tariffs that President Trump put on are going to help the knife industry, and I'm going to show you how it's not. And here's an American-made knife, and here's a knife made in Spain. So here's what happens: when you have a company, you have a certain amount of growth that happens. And this growth is usually organic based on the time you're in business, your quality, your ability to put out a product. And with that, there's a lot of decisions that needs to be made. And these decisions change the way you manufacture. Because if you're making one knife, it's different than when you're making, let's say, 1,000 knives. The manufacturing process is totally different. In fact, what you do from 1 to 10 knives is different than what you do from 20 to 50 knives, from 100 knives to 1,000 knives, from 1,000 knives to 10,000 knives. Processes change because this is how manufacturing is. So now the tariffs are imposed, and you're going to have these small knife makers who are no longer going to have this organic. They might get this rush of sales going up, an immediate rush of sales. Now, all these organic decisions that would have been made now have to be made quickly. So the way you're going to fix that problem is that you're going to borrow money from a bank. And this is where they're all going to fail. And then from this, they're going to spend a lot of money, and most of them are going to go out of business. Because there's growing pains of knowledge that you have to learn that you can't learn overnight. And when you think you're going to learn overnight, then you're going to have to throw money at it. And then now you just did a gigantic pendulum, like, is it going to work? And it ends up not working. And this is what's going to happen with a lot of the smaller makers. So what's going to happen is, as you are a smaller maker, you have to refrain from trying to get big too fast. Even if it means turning away sales, even if it means, you're thinking you're going to lose money. Because when you make these quick decisions to think you're going to make more money, now you have to pay back that loan. Now you're going to have to work straight through the night all the time, and you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to do it. And in a way, Trump's policies are wiping out the middle class of businesses in doing this, because you can't punch above your weight class. This is the weight class. And unless you're Superman and you're super smart in business, great, good, God with you. But that's not really what's going to happen.